Hi everybody, it's Mike Valente, and here he is, the legend himself, Winnipeg's own children's singer-songwriter Fred Penner. How are you doing?
I am well, thank you, Mike. Nice to see you.
It's nice to see you. It's so great to be talking with you today.
Welcome to this side of the country.
That's right, from Toronto. I saw you at Massey Hall when I was a kid.
Did you?
Remember those shows?
I'm waiting for the day, if it ever comes, to go back there. I haven't played Massey for, well, that was the first and only time.
Was it really? There you go. I think it's one of the greatest venues in the city.
Oh, it's a fabulous venue,
right.
Indeed.
Last night, I was watching some old clips of Fred Penner's Place on YouTube and listening to your music and really just reminiscing about how important you were to my childhood and to my generation. And that's why it's such a pleasure to talk to you today. But do you ever think about or have moments where you look back and you say, you know what, I worked really hard, I took it seriously, and I made an impact? Because you really did.
Well, I certainly did that. I worked really hard. It was 13-year commitment, certainly with Fred Penner's Place. I started performing in 1972, so this is 45 years of doing this on the road trip. CBC came in 1985 for after I'd produced 4 albums. I was already touring nationally, and that was just a major liftoff point for connecting with every corner of Canada, from the far north and so coast to coast to coast, as the saying goes. And it was really an amazing point of contact, but you never know where it's going to go. You know? So from the beginning, I felt good about the development of the show. I loved the natural environment, which was my concept. I loved the log, which was my concept. So it was very much part of my spirit and my perspective on how to draw in an audience, children and families and parents, to enjoy it as much as kids do. And as it unfolded, the email that started coming in, the communication saying, I really enjoy this. This is the only show that I allow my kids to watch because I like your energy, I like the songs. So I knew I was on the right path. And it all came from an inside perspective and feeling of the value of music for the child. And that became the mantra. Never underestimate your ability to make a difference in the life of a child. And I've explored that through lots of work with special needs groups. I worked with kids in Winnipeg, behavior problem kids, emotionally, physically challenged kids. So I understand the value of music in life for everyone, for humans. And I think I nurtured those skills and that emotional level over my lifetime, and apparently it's connected.
Absolutely, it's connected. I don't feel like I'm going to put you on the spot because you're a professional, but as you know, kids have wild imaginations.
They do.
So when I was growing up, my sister Andrea and I would kind of make up songs, which were only like a verse or two, and they were just very silly and made little to no sense. So I remember these, and I'm going to sing my little version, and then maybe you can put like your own riff on it. Does that sound okay? Let's try it. Let's try it.
Okay.
So the first hit, Fred, was called "Chickens Are the Best."
Chickens are the best.
Here are the lyrics. So I'll sing it first. It went a little something like this: chickens are the best, better than all the rest. We put them to the test, and they came out the best. We are the chickens, better than all the Rankins. The Rankins, we didn't know what that was. That was gibberish.
And this is what I would do. I would write lyrics first, and then put a rhythm to it.
Really? Okay.
So the rhythm. Okay. Chickens are the best, better than all the rest. So that's a pickup now, because put is the downbeat.
Right.
So the we, I would put a bracket around it because it's a pickup to that.
Okay.
So better than all the rest, we put them to the test.
Right.
And they came out the best. Chickens are the best, better than all the rest. We put them to the test. And they, so.
That's fantastic.
So
that's much better. Otto the Hippo.
Yeah.
This song, to me, again, last night when I was listening to your stuff again, I remembered Otto the Hippo as like this 8-minute classic. I used to call it like the Stairway to Heaven for Fred Penner, but I looked it up. It's like a 2.5-minute song.
Short song.
And I was talking to my parents on the phone, and they said it's because I had it on repeat. So I would just keep looping it. That's why I thought it was an 8-minute song, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember Otto the Hippo?
I do. It's not one that I normally do.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Otto the hippopoto? Did you hear about Otto the Potto-o-mus? It's the new Otto, the rock and roll hippo, absolutely fabulous. The new Otto, the rock and roll hippo. He put the hip in hippopotamus.
Yeah. Fantastic. Fred, an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
Likewise.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mike.
Fred Penner, everybody. You're watching
Ciao,
Go
ciao, ciao, ciao.
on Shaw TV.